Hi, Stampers. Okay, that was so frustrating. I hope you stuck with me. I hate Facebook. I'm sorry. I really do. I think I'm going to switch to YouTube. This is really getting ridiculous. It just takes me around in circles. I can't connect to things. Can't get my webcam to work. It only works on my phone, and then my phone shut off. I'm like, come on. This is a comedy of errors. Ugh. No fun. No fun at all. But thank you for sticking with me. Those of you who did, and hopefully we'll have some more people join us. I don't know. It's just super frustrating. I don't know what else to do. But I'm going to look into YouTube because whoops, we can't keep doing this. And I got this I spent an hour trying to get this thing all arranged, the right, degrees and everything. I don't know what else to do. Anyway, super frustrated. I'm sure you can tell from my voice. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do a mystery card. Yay. Okay, I'm glad you can hear and see me because I just had to go back to scratch, like what I had been doing before. I had a whole different setup with like sticks and the stand and everything, and I got this new stand and a different webcam, and nothing's working. So anyway, all right, I'm just going to breathe. We're just going to get started on this mystery card. Hopefully you got the clues. Anyone later on, of course, watching this can, and I'm sorry, we're just going to go ahead, and you don't need to see me, just my hands here today. But we're going to, if you are watching this later on, the nice thing is you can pause if you need to. However, I think I'm going to be doing 3 cards here. So the time that I can do this pretty quickly, you can take your time and do 1 card. So, first of all, by the way, if you have a white crayon handy, this might be handy, or it might help. It's kind of a cool effect. It's kind of a bonus effect technique that I'm going to show you. All right, so first of all, find a circle punch or die that's about 1 3/4 in diameter. Hexagons would work too. If you don't have those, 1 3/4 squares will do too. But you'll want to adapt your stamping when you get to that part, which I'll show you. So I'm going to do one with squares. I'm going to do one with circles. I didn't pull out the hexagons, to be honest, but we'll do circles in 2 different ways. Okay, then find a stamp which would fit nicely within the 1 3/4 shape. I recommend symmetrical images like bees, hearts, leaves, or flowers, but asymmetrical items like coffee cups, small animals, or cookies with a bite out could be fine. All right, so I'm going to do, one of mine is going to be a heart, okay? And that is from I believe it's just perhaps leaving. This was a host set. Begin with a dream. So this is the first time I've actually used this one, but I wanted a heart. And I'm also going to have the words, I love you no matter what, be in the middle of that. And those words are from the stamp set. Sorry, hold on. Oh, it's right in front of me. Okay, through it together. So got lots of little ones. Hopefully you can see the light. Ugh. I had to adjust that for my other setup. It feels dark. You don't know. All right, maybe I'll stand up and do this. Okay, so this has lots of cute, great sayings, and they're very small, which we need because you also need a word stamp that's very small, either a smaller short word like hi or a small font. So here's the small font kind of idea. And if you have something bigger, there are ways to adapt it, okay? All right. Then the rest of the list. Okay, so you're going to need embossed cardstock or patterned paper. So for the heart one, oh, I didn't show you all of the different stamps. So another one I'm going to do is going to be about chocolate. So I have a two-step stamp with chocolate. And that fits within the 1 3/4 circle. But I also have kind of a lot of words, okay? Yay, I'm glad you're here, Julie. It's been quite a fiasco already, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me. All right, today is and then the chocolate, and then kind of day, and then wait, I put the wrong one on there. I got one that says just like chocolate. Here is the stamp set that I got. That nothing's better than. So because adulting is hard, which part of the reason I got this stamp is because My son Ben would say that at times. So I think that was appropriate. All right, where is it? Because adulting is hard. Where is, maybe it's on the, I'm sure I have that. I don't mind not seeing this. Because adulting is hard. Because adulting is hard. There it is. Okay. I swear I have this vision that is like misses things right in front of me. All right. So those are going to go with the chocolate. Okay. And then let's see. The other one that I wanted to do was, I got this brand new today, or well, like a couple days ago. It is Sea Turtle. This is a new stamp set coming in, and it's two-sided. So this got this so cute little sea turtle on it. So we're going to do the sea turtle. All right. Okay, so for the sea turtles, okay, so then embossed cardstock or patterned paper. So for the heart one, I'm going to do, this is a discontinued one, although I think it might be in the clearance. It's called Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder, and I just have always loved it. So that felt like it goes with the heart really well. And this is petal pink and Calypso coral, and then I've got some white paper. Then for the chocolate one, of course, we need some shades of brown. We've got milk chocolate, dark chocolate, right? So this is actually soft suede and early espresso. And I did the, oh gosh, I forget what this folder is called. But it looks like stucco or paint, kind of every direction. Okay, so I already embossed those two to save time. But then I also am going to do this turtle, and I'm going to do it with this background, which I thought was super cute. And it's using this paper, this host paper, actually. It's called Celebrate Everything. All right. Oops. Oh, sorry, made everything wave. And it's got a bunch of great. I've used this a couple times lately. All right, so it's got a bunch of great paper, including this adorable wave-looking thing. All right. Color, any light to medium cardstock that goes with the above. This is a great time to go monochromatic if you're using embossed cardstock. So I've done monochromatic with these two. They are in the same color family as are these. Well, maybe not color family, but they coordinate. All right, and then this is Pool Party. That will go beautifully here. All right, and then you need a cardstock scrap, at least 2 1/4. Oh, by the way, these could be scored and folded, and I only did that with one of them so far. All right, so then you need scrap, and you need markers or ink for your image. You also need white or vanilla or very light color for cardstock scraps to fit 1 3/4 shapes. And then other things you'll need: black or coordinating dark ink, baker's twine or thin ribbon in black or coordinating color, adhesive, Stampin' Dimensionals, scissors. If you're using dies, you're going to need some kind of machine for that, and whatever medium you're using to color your stamped image. And then embellishments are optional. All right, went through that quick, but I'm, like I said, going to be doing 3 cards, so I want to keep this moving here. All right, so clue number 2. Here we go. Oh, my example. I'm going to move this a little bit. I do want to show you my inspiration before we go, so I put that underneath so I wouldn't forget. All right, stamp your image 3 times with black or dark ink on your white or vanilla scrap. Be sure to place them so that you can punch or die cut them out. Next, if you're using squares, stamp so that your image is tipped to the right on one, to the left on the other, and centered on the third. Also stamp the words on the centered one. Okay, a lot of words for that. Here I'm going to do the heart. And let's see, I'm going to use petal pink, and forgive me, I didn't really clean up after my last card demonstration, so it's a little bit messy right here. But here, all right, and I'll do that. And here. All right, so then I'm going to use, I think that this was a little on the small side. So I am going to go like the next size up. Yeah, okay. So I hope I made this skinny enough, but I think I can. So you know what, I'm done with this one. So I'm doing this whole, not whole card, but not only I'm going to stamp it, but I'm going to cut this one out. The other two I have already cut out. I'm going to have to stamp on already cut out shapes. So, you know, it's whatever you want to do. There's always more than one way to do things. Depending on your image, it might be easier to stamp and then cut out. Maybe you want to cut out and then stamp. Hard to say because I don't know what your image is. So. But this one is an example of one I am stamping and then cutting out. And if you have punch, that's easy too. So take your time. I'm going to go kind of quick just so that I can show you 3 different ways to do things, okay? Versatility, right? Okay. Whoop. All right, and this card is actually rather easy. It's one of the reasons I'm like, oh boy, maybe I should go the extra mile and kind of show you guys some stuff. Okay, oh, before I take that away, I also, well, I'll just keep it in here. Okay, so that is for the heart one, and then I also have to put the words on that. So while I have it, here it is, Memento ink. I'm going to stamp the words, I love you no matter what, on one of them, not all of them, just one. Just to make that clear, one. All right. And then, so that's, I got ready. That's clue 2 for that heart one. All right, the chocolate one I have already cut out, so I'm going to do this actually in dark brown, the early espresso. Oh my gosh, that's tight. And honestly, I have to admit I did not practice this, so we're going to do, when you do 2-step stamping, I would totally recommend doing the lined ones first and then fill in afterwards. Okay, then I'm going to do the colored with soft suede, assuming I can find it. Yep, there it is. Okay. Here's soft suede. Now here's where my crayon's coming in. If you would like, this is kind of an extra touch. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm just adding a little like vanilla swirl, all right? This is crayon resist. So where I put the crayon, the ink is not going to be visible. Now I'm going to line this up on top of, and like I mentioned, I did not practice this, so you can sort of see where the crayon was. Kind of hard to tell. You gotta press super hard though, by the way. It looks like the way this 2-step stamp is, they have, that you can see a little bit better, huh? That's just a kind of bonus technique to show you. Okay, so there's my chocolates. Now I want the words to go in there, and since I got the early espresso out, we'll do that. So we have, today is a kind of day. Today is a chocolate, and I'm only doing this on one again, okay? Today is a something kind of day. Today is a chocolate kind of day. So I didn't write the word chocolate, but you'll have to figure that out from the word. All right, so those are my chocolates for that card. I'll keep this handy. And then the last one, I guess I didn't need this. Well, I do need it for the words. Okay, so this one's going to be squares. And what I'm talking about with this, if you have squares, hopefully this made any sense. But here are my squares. All right, so one of them, let's see. You know what, I'll leave this over here. But I want to use, all right, I'm going to use Pool Party. I hope it's not too light, to be honest. I don't know if I want to use the next color up. Well, we'll see. One can go up and down, or one can be tipped to the right. Okay. One can be tipped to the left. And then one can be more up and down. Ugh. All right, now this is what's cool about this kind of stamp is it's reversible. All right, so I'm going to now use this side and go over that, and it should hopefully make some of that darker. Now having two layers on it, and being a photopolymer stamp, you can see through it to line it up. I feel like I should have maybe used a darker one to start with. It's kind of hard to tell, but you know what? That's fine. I wanted to try it. Okay, so then I need to put some words. And what did I decide for words? Oh, I know I picked some words. Maybe I didn't pick some words. All right. You know what? I could put one through it or above it or below it. It doesn't matter. Oh, I know. I could also ink it up. I don't know. Well, why don't I just use the words that I had from the other one? So I love you no matter what. No, that's kind of, let's do something different. Because I was also thinking, yeah, so, all right, I'm thinking out loud, which is not good. I already have this one. The best way to get through things is together. That's always a great message, right? Okay. Got to make a decision, right? All right. Ooh. There. Okay. So there I did that with the centered one. Okay, clue 2. Oh, by the way, I do not have 7 clues. I only have 6 for this one. So, color your images using coordinated colors. So, kind of actually did that, didn't I? So, if you still need to color it, I hope you jumped ahead, actually. I'm sorry, I should have done that a little differently. If you have line art, you're going to need to color that. And you could color that after the fact. I didn't have line art, did I? So, I mean, I kind of did. And I kind of colored it as I was doing it. So, like I have 3 of these, so I'm sure that you're going to be able to keep up with me. Okay, so punch or die cut the slightly larger shape and attach the centered stamp image, or at least one image with the words. This is your focal point. Put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of all 3 shapes. All right, so so for this square, I already cut it out. Oh man, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let me cut that down a bit. Why did I cut it so big? Cutter, where are you? Oh, this is the wrong cutter. All right. See, you can catch up to me. I'm adding steps to here. All right, so I don't know why I made that so dang large. It's like, yeah, 2 1/8 would have been great. All right. So this particular square, I think apparently I made bigger than 1 3/4, but only slightly. So, whoa. Okay. Trying to hurry here for you. All right, so that's going to go together like that. And here I have my silicone mat and my Stampin' Seal, and we'll put that together. Okay, then I need a slightly larger circle for this one, so I used that one, so I need one of this one. And that is supposed to be the same color as the card base, so that should be soft suede in my case for this one. For some reason, I'm only finding massive ones or tiny ones. All right, here we are. All right, so that's a perfect, boy, I couldn't have planned that better. All right, so here, I'll put that through. I admit I did not do this one. So if you are watching the live and working along with me and I am going somehow too fast, let me know. Or if it's like you're really having to wait for me, let me know. Feedback's great. That's the whole point of lives. I could do this stuff ahead of time and not be interactive, but that doesn't seem as fun, right? All right. Someday I might have to do that because this video technical stuff that's going on is for the birds. I don't know. I'm sick of that. It's not helping my brand at all. All right. All right. For some reason, I do not have a correct size of cardstock, so here we are. Hopefully that is big enough. This is this is really old paper, to be honest. Okay. And then, all right, so then you need the slightly larger one. You're cutting out the scrap of the darker, I'm sorry, the other color. Oh man, that's just like a hair too skinny. That figures. Will this fit? Not quite. Of course not. Okay. Okay. So then, okay, so that's going to go on top of that. Okay, so it's a little bit framed. And then you can put dimensionals on these. Oh, I didn't attach this one. I was thinking, like, didn't I have 2 circles? Okay. And let's put dimensionals on that. And I did glue those, okay. And you gotta put them on all 3 shapes, actually, for each of them, so. If you have smaller ones that, I'm doing these kind of, I'm using the bigger ones, I'm just using them. I'm not usually this wasteful. Some people would see this as wasteful, but I need to just do these quickly. All right. Oh, one more. Okay. Woo! Clue 4. So now we're going to do clue 5. Tie the baker's twine or thin ribbon around the narrow part of the embossed or patterned rectangle about 1 inch from the bottom. Position the bow on the left side and then attach this piece flat to the card base. All right, so these, sorry, I'll move some of this stuff. Card base, which I need to fold. I already folded that one. And then this one. I should use the bone folder. All right, better. Professionally. Okay, so there are the things. And then I need the ribbons. Or I have, I'm going to use probably black for that one. Or maybe I should use it for this one. Oh, wait, I got some new. That's kind of thick, actually. All right, and then we have white. Yeah, I used that grow grain. It was good. Here it is. And then this is white seam binding. It's like 1/4 inch. That's not too thick. And then for this one, this is crumb cake, but it's pretty close. Oh, this one's already cut. I think I can use that. All right, so this is going to go around the bottom and back. And if you have trouble, you can always reposition it. You can bend it and glue it and a whole sorts of things. But I like to hold it with my, sorry, I'm a little off the screen here, with my other finger. And then I can tie it. It's almost like having a friend holding it. I'm going to move it a little bit over. All right, so then the bow is going to be toward the left, but it's in 1 inch off the bottom here. Okay. All right, then this one. I didn't really mention how much you needed, but something like 12 probably. You could also, there's a way you can attach this across the front, and then you can tie a bow on it, and then you can move that. That can be very handy, versatile. These have some long romantic strings, maybe. All right, and then this one. So I've got baker's twine for 2 and the seam binding, a thin ribbon, a thinny, what a word, skinny or thin, whichever you want to think of it. So hopefully you got your bow on, and you can attach this to the front of your card. All right. Now, just so you are aware, if you need to move it over, this is going to go right here. So if you need to move your bow or anything, that's just heads up, my little hint for you today. All right. So then we have to attach this, and I often raise things up if there's a ribbon involved, but in this case I'm going to make it flat because I'm making the other ones raised up. So just lots of adhesive. All right, so there's that one. And this is going to go, like I said, here. So if you need to, that will be fine. I could move it up a little bit. All right, and then this one. Come on, there we go. These are going to be cute. I can tell already. Like I said, I didn't practice this one. So, all right. Clue 5 done. And like I said, there's only 6 of this one. So we're just about there. All right. Add embellish. Okay, sorry. Skip the part. Attach the focal point over the baker's twine. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Twin. Ribbon on the lower right-hand corner. Think rule of thirds. So remember how I always teach you thirds, and where they would crisscross would be your focal point. So that would go right around here. All right, you can take these off. All right, and that's going to go right here. So where that would be thirds, like that. Okay. And then attach the other 2 with image tip right in the upper right-hand corner, and the last one overlapping the shape down and to the left with the image tip the other way. So it's straight. Oh, I'm off the screen. Oh my gosh. You know what? I need to like have a line here. Like you can't see below at this point. In fact, it almost looks in shadow on my phone. So I hope you're not getting a big shadow. Again, let me know if feedback or anything like that. But one's going to go tipped like that. The other one can be tipped like that. Boy, it almost didn't, you didn't need to raise that up, huh? These are almost too big. Oh, it's okay. All right, so if you don't want these, in my original card I had them raised, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna do that. But they didn't seem quite so. I think these are slightly bigger though, so probably why. And then slightly, so it's going around like that. Okay, so there's one. All right, here is the turtle one. So this summer, got a good sea turtle story. I mean, I didn't get to see the sea turtles, but we got to see their nest, which was really cool. They were going to hatch imminently, and the guy said imminent could mean a lot of things. So, all right, so here I have one tip to the right, one to the left, so it kind of still flows, and you can still see the waves behind it. So yeah, we got to see nests on the Outer Banks beach, and they have a little run, like they kind of try to channel them toward the ocean because the city lights can confuse them a bit. So they kind of have a chute for them down to the ocean. However, it didn't go all the way to the ocean, and the guy was telling us about how he's like madly trying to get these little guys to go the right direction. He's trying to like move them. You know, there's like so many of them. I don't know. I would think that would be really fun to see that and help someday. But anyway, it was neat to see and imagine what it might look like at some point. All right, so there's two, and here's the final one. And again, if you want to add any embellishments, you're welcome to. I do have a non-paper item, the baker's twine or ribbon, so it's not really necessary, but in my opinion. But forgive me. All right. And then these can go so tipped like that and like that. So it kind of brings us around. And then, oh, by the way, if you have anything to put on the inside, I forgot to remind us to do that, but this would be the time. So the whole, because adulting is hard, I'm going to put on the inside of this one. So here we go. Early espresso. Goodness, that is a stiff one. Okay, because adulting is hard. Never heard that term before, my kids, but you know what? It's such a true. No, a little crooked, but you know, adulting is hard. Can't always have it straight. All right, there we go. So there are my three versions of this same card. All right. So if you, here's some other things to do. See the card that inspired this. I did this at a stamp camp in April 2017. So some of you might recognize this. And this, I used the crayon resist idea where the wings, I wanted to stay white. And so I colored in the wings really good. And then I went over it with a sponge or I think we only had sponges at that time, but I filled in the background that way. So the white stayed white using white crayon. That was my method. All right, so that was my inspiration. So there's actually 4 cards all using the same design. Okay, so then visit youcanstamp.com and follow my blog if you have somehow, hopefully you got there and got the clues if you're following along. But I could use support with the whole following the blog thing. And more traffic there is, the better. Check out the online store for Stampin' Up! Through the host code box or the pull down menu on the youcanstamp.com. And if you buy anything, here's that host code. That always helps. If you are buying anything under $150, we can pool these together and get some more supplies for me to demonstrate. If you're buying over 100 though, consider becoming a joining Stampin' Up! Because you can save and get a discount, because that's all the cost of the starter kit is $99. So if you're going to go buy more than that, you might as well get a discount, right? So then the next one, oh, I wrote December 6th. That is not the right answer. It is January 3rd. Okay. And then be sure to have a blast stamping. That's the most important thing on this list. So finally, though, you want to post your mystery card creations under this video on Facebook, and I'm going to give away one of the samples to one lucky person. So I may be moving more to YouTube. I did a whole, I'm just, you know, I really do. People probably don't realize how much I do, but there's just a lot of frustrating things with running a website and keeping up with this when I have other jobs. So, but I did a whole page for my past mystery cards, arranged the whole thing, but then I had to reset my computer and I lost all of that work. So now I'm going to have to redo that page. And I also want to move all of my videos over to YouTube, because Facebook is just way too easy to erase things. And I am also redoing those two October ones that I erased. So anyway, thank you for being here and sticking through this with me. I hope that you were inspired and had fun making your own card, and that you understood what I was getting at when I was making these cards. Hope to see you again. Hope everybody had a great holidays and Happy New Year, and that I get to see you again soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.